Well, the Border-Gavaskar Trophy is currently underway. It's being played in Australia. The first match was won by the Indian team, and now both the teams are in Adelaide for the second test, which will be a day and night test match. And just like any other test match, Indian team and the Australian team is practicing hard. They are doing multiple net sessions to prepare themselves for the pink ball for the day and night test match. But now, according to the latest report in the Age newspaper, it's being said that the Indian team has asked Cricket Australia for no more open net training sessions. Now, what are open net training sessions? This is when the teams are practicing in the nets, and that those nets are accessible to the common people. They can obviously, behind a barricade, they can come and watch their favorite players bat and train hard in nets. Now, this has not gone down well with the Indian team because of multiple reasons, but as of now, a source close to Cricket Australia has said, a spokesperson has said that India have expressed a preference for their remaining training sessions not to be open to the public to minimize potential noise or distractions. Now, this is to minimize potential noise और distractions. क्या distraction है? रिपोर्ट की मानी जाए तो ये कहा जा रहा है कि when the Australian team was practicing, there was about 70 to 80 people watching that practice, but when the Indian team came out to practice in the nets, there were about 3,000 people who gathered to watch the Indian team in the nets. Now, 3,000 is a huge number, especially around the nets area. We all know the Indian team. They are some famous names. They are some big names. Whenever they tour, they go to any country, not just in India. Whenever they go to any touring country, they find themselves amongst a lot of eyeballs. वहाँ पे जो साउथ एशियन कम्युनिटी है, स्पेशली साउथ एशियन कम्युनिटी है, इंडियन कम्युनिटी है, पाकिस्तान कम्युनिटी है, दे लव टू सी अ विराट कोहली, a रोहित शर्मा, a जसप्रीत बुमराह. They would give anything to just watch them play in the nets. Match तो अलग है, just in the nets the people gather in huge numbers, as I said, 3,000, and this has not gone down well. Why? Because some of the fans there were heckling, they were laughing, they were obviously making fun of certain things. They were making life difficult for the players to train. They were in fact even body shaming many players. This is what the report is saying. They were body shaming some of the Indian players, and that has not gone down well with the Indian team. Before this series, Cricket Australia and BCCI sat down together and they had a discussion about open net training sessions. In Australia, the culture is that whenever a team practices, the public will be allowed to come and watch them practice. So this is something that is not followed in India, apart from IPL, let's say IPL or a T20 match. Especially in test matches, the public is not allowed to watch the net sessions in India. So the Indian team, whenever they travel out, it's a bit different for them, and that's exactly what KL Rahul said. He was asked about this open net training session just a few days back, and this is his exact quote. He said, "It's very different. We are not used to it. We have practiced with crowds, but it's mostly T20 and ODIs back home. We have had crowds come in and watch our practice sessions. So it felt a little different, but also it adds to your preparation for the test match and gives us a bit of what we can expect on day one or all the days here in Adelaide. So it was good." So he basically played it down at that point of time. This is, I think, a few days ago, probably yesterday also, that in the press conference he talked about the open net training session. He played it down. He said, we are not used to it. It felt a little different, but maybe it helps us, get acclimatized to those conditions of people talking about your shots whenever you are batting, which will happen during a match in Adelaide, in a city like Adelaide. But the details that are emerging from those net sessions, these are some not good details, because as I said, body shaming was involved, heckling was involved, and this has not gone down well with the Indian team. Now, according to a source, this is what the source said exactly about the open net training session of Team India. He says, "It was complete chaos. During the Australian training session, not more than 70 odd people turned up, but during India's session, 3,000 came. No one expected so many fans to turn up. Virat Kohli and Shubman Gill could have been mobbed because of so many people. Some were doing Facebook Live with friends and talking loudly just as the batter took stance. One supporter continuously urged a player to say hi to him in Gujarati. Another particular cricketer was body shamed." Now you can see how the players were disturbed during the net sessions. They were body shamed. People went live on Facebook. They demanded the players to say hi to them or their camera in different languages, and this is all going on while the players are practicing. They are training hard. They are focusing on their batting or bowling before a match, and this is a time when the players want to focus full on. They just want to focus on their training. They want to make sure that they are prepared well, and at that moment of time you have so many people around you shouting, body shaming you, or just grabbing your attention, shouting your name just so that you can turn around, just look at them, look at their camera, say hi. And this is what has not gone down with the Indian team, and they have very categorically said and told Cricket Australia that there will be no more open net sessions for the Indian team. Australia wants to do it, okay, but we can't do it, we won't do it. So this is what the latest reports is coming. Obviously social media is also acting on this. Obviously fans are not happy with the fans there who are disturbing the Indian team. What's your take on this? Are you a fan of open net sessions, and what's your take on people heckling and obviously body shaming? That is probably the worst part, body shaming some of the cricketers, especially while they are training. This can obviously help them, or rather force them to lose their focus while practicing, and this is not something you want just a few days ahead of the game. So this is obviously concerning. What's your take? Do write to us in the comment section down below.